Okay, in another one lesson we have seen about the public facility. Now we are going to think about the environment as a public facility. In recent years, while the courts have come out with a strong order on environmental issues, these have sometimes affected people's livelihood adversely. So, government taken the strict warning or strict order or enforcing the law that affected the some people's livelihood also in an opposite way. Then also we want to think about environment, pollution free environment. For instance, the court directs industries in the residential area in Delhi to close down or shift out of the city. Not only Delhi, the city area where many people living, populated area, they should not start new companies, as well as the existing companies should shift to other places like that, out of the city like that. So the people, those who was depending on these factories, not inside workers, the tea makers of nearby factory like that, people, they lost their livelihood. Several of these industries were polluting the neighborhood, and discharge from these industries was polluting the river Yamuna because they had been set up without following the rules. The companies, what was the problem with the Delhi area companies? They never set up the proper waste management plan, so they was dumping all the waste to river Yamuna, and they was polluting the not only the rivers neighborhood areas also. But while the court action solved one problem, it created another. Because of the enclosure, many workers lost their job. Others were forced to go to far away places where these factories had relocated. So one of the problem, court taken the strict, given the strict warning and started to work for that. Then many people, they lost their job because many factories, what they done, they just closed down that factories. And some of the factories, they relocated to outskirt of the city. Then people want to travel 20 kilometers, 25 kilometers to reach to that factories. Before they was traveling only 3 kilometers or 2 kilometers to reach to the factory. And the same problem now began to come up in the areas for now these places have become polluted, and where the factories relocated in that area also become city like, because many people started to shift to that area also become thickly populated. Then the factory is facing next stage, they want to move away like that. Problems it is starting, as well as the pollution, the increase in that area. And the issue of the safety condition of the workers remained unaddressed, but the company relocated, but the safety condition of the workers, they never taken care. The court taken care about the safety of the people, those who are living around the factory, and inside the factory they not taken that much care about the safety of the people, those who are working inside. Recent research on environmental issues in India has highlighted the fact that the growing concern for the environment among the middle class is often at the expense of the poor. In India we are having the environmental issues now, and that normally it is happening in the name of middle class, but expense is giving by the poor people. Factories like that, things taken up or the starting by or run by the middle class people, and who is suffering? The poor class people, they are suffering. So for example, slums need to be cleaned as part of the city beautification drive, or as in the case of above, the polluting factory is moved to the outskirts of the city. And while this awareness of the need for a clean environment is increasing, there is little concern for the safety of the workers themselves. So in the name of the we can see in many area they are compelling the slum people to move away from that place to relocate some of the factories, or in the name of beautification or cleaning up of the city area. So that people, they are suffering. At the same time, inside the factories, the workers, they are also suffering. The challenge is to look for solution where everyone can benefit from a clean environment. one way is can be done is the gradually move to cleaner technologies and process in factories. So instead of relocating factories or making the slum people moving away from that area, what we can do, we can depend upon the new technologies which meant for cleaning process or the waste management plans, proper waste management plans we can adopt step by step in each and every factories. The government has to encourage and support factories to do this, and maybe those who are doing properly. When the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan came, that time Modi announced that which city is the best city, like that, or even Panchayat. Some states also given like that some award, like that. Government want to encourage them or support the factories by giving some cash awards or some awards to the factories, like that they will get encouragement to start up or take up this new technological cleaning process. It is needed to find those who pollute, and at the same time government want to make maybe taking fine in the name of cash or closing down the factory for some few days or few months, like that. Different fine government can take up, and by that the factories will get the means compulsion to make use the new technological cleaning process and all. This will ensure that the workers' livelihood are protected and the both workers and communities living around the factories enjoy a safe environment. So when government is taking care, they want to think about the both the workers as well as the people, those who are living around also. Then one of the picture it is given, one vehicle is going on, what is happening, let us see. The emission from the vehicle are a major cause of environmental pollution. In a series of ruling 1998 onwards, the Supreme Court had ordered all public transport vehicles using diesel were to switch to compressed natural gas or CNG. Means now in every city we can see the CNG what we can say humps we can see, and they can go and fill the fuel, this compressed natural gas instead of diesel vehicle, because the diesel and petrol vehicles making the more pollution than CNG. As a result to this move, air pollution in cities like Delhi came down considerably. Because of this public transport they are using with this CNG nowadays, auto and taxi, like that. That's why the pollution it is decreased in good means considerable number. But the recent report by the Centers of the Science and Environment, New Delhi, shows the presence of high level of toxic substance in the air. Even though the Delhi government taken up that one before 10 years, still we can see that one the toxic substance in the air. This is due to emission from cars run on diesel rather than petrol, and sharp increase in the number of cars on the road. Before in India, if we are looking to each and every area, we can see one car or two car in a village area or in city some more. And nowadays if you are looking, even in village and city, each and every house they are having one or two cars. So the number of the car it is increased, even though government said to change to CNG. And if you are looking to our area, still we are depending maximum on diesel and petrol instead of CNG. So in our area also we can protect like that. If you are making like that, both I won't use petrol and diesel, and I will try to use CNG, and CNG pumps should come instead of petrol pumps, then only we can make use. So like that situation should be there in our area. You can think in that way also. Workers outside closed factories, workers they are sitting out of the closed factory, thrown out of work. Many of the workers end up as a small traders or a daily wage labor. Some might find work in even smaller production units where the condition of work are even more exploitative and the enforcement of the law weaker. So the big companies, when it closed down in the populated area, what happened, many people they become workless, and some of them got some in other some units, small units, but the situation is worse than the present before where they was working, because the laws it won't affect them, because if it is only 5 workers, 3 workers, the law they won't register with the government, so nobody is not there to take care or supervise like that situation. Okay, we will continue in next video.